Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at a pretty insane Twitch clip, man. I saw this and it just kind of made me cringe because, I've been put in a situation like this plenty of times before. I feel like a lot of people who've actually, put time into streaming and have an audience have probably had a pretty similar reaction, or, a similar situation, I should say, to something like this, but the reaction, not necessarily, at least in this instance, what I would say justifiable. So today we're going to be taking a look at a clip from Twitch where a streamer was, I guess, trauma dumped on is the best way to describe it, and he didn't necessarily handle it the best way, and it's kind of created a pretty massive controversy online. This video has 3 million views over on Twitter. You know, people are basically just criticizing the hell out of this streamer, saying that he basically handled this situation completely wrong. You know, he did not say the right thing. He didn't need to go so hard and take things so far and whatnot. So this streamer goes by We Found the Body. That's their Twitch name or whatever, and there's now a big controversy about this entire thing. You know, people are criticizing him for all this, and it's actually forced the streamer to come out and respond with an apology to the entire situation. Now, if you don't know, there's kind of I hate to say it, this is one of the things that happens when you're a streamer, right? You'll interact with your chat and whatnot, and sometimes somebody just comes in with a complete fucking insane thing to say. You know, maybe they're going through it or whatever, and they just kind of drop a complete bombshell on the chat or whatever. For instance, I used to stream a lot more, and every once in a while I'd have somebody come in the chat and they'd basically just be threatening to kill themselves, just talking about they couldn't go on with life anymore and stuff like that. And especially if you have an audience, these kinds of things I feel eventually pop up over time, right? You're gonna have somebody who's having a bad day or whatever, and they're just trying to air out how they feel, and they just do it, I guess, in a Twitch chat or whatever. So the backstory to this person in the chat, their mom passed away, right? And obviously that's weighing on them a lot mentally, and the streamer ends up asking them, because they're a regular viewer or whatever of his channel, the guy basically asks them where they've been, and they tell him that their mother had passed away, and that's why they haven't really been in the streams and whatnot. And this guy kind of just fucking unloads the magazine on them, just kind of tears them apart in front of the entire Twitch stream and everything. Pretty shitty thing to do in my opinion, but I'm gonna go ahead and play the clip, and we'll go ahead and talk about it.
In Spanish, and it's chef's kiss. All right. Curvy, where the fuck have you been?
Alright, so I know that's a short clip and whatnot, but I want to put it there because it really highlights everything. And just remember this part right here, because he kind of later on in the clip acts like he didn't engage in this conversation, like he didn't, basically ask this viewer where they've been, what's been going on in their life and everything, right? Well, I guess he doesn't explicitly say oh, hey, well, what's going on in your life? But he invites the conversation of what's happening when he asks why this, I presume, female hasn't been in his Twitch chat recently. And so this is where the user, who goes by Curvy, I guess, right, ends up telling him basically that their mom died, and this is the reaction that ended up happening afterwards.
Oh my god, well, tell you what, Miss Dirty Curvy, you know what we're not gonna do? We're not gonna talk about it in my chat, because it's Friday, and that is a whole big bucket of bummer, and I'm sorry for your loss, but we're not doing that in my fucking chat.
Alright, so keep in mind, this person who he's responding to in his chat just lost their mother, which is, to most people, I would assume, one of the, biggest people in your life, right? One of the people who brought you onto the planet in the first place. Very traumatic experience for people to have to go through. Pretty shitty experience overall. I mean, just, your parents dying is not fun. It's not something that you want to go through, right? At least for most people. And this person just opened up about it in chat, and this guy started fucking freaking out about it, just starts basically berating them in front of the whole chat, telling them that it's a whole big bucket of bummer. Yeah, bro, how do you think they feel, huh? Do you think they're just walking around on fucking sunshine and rainbows now that their mom passed away? You really want to sit there and explain how it's a big bucket of bummer to the person who just lost their fucking mother? And you want to look at them and talk to them about a big bucket of bummer because you're sitting in your fucking comfortable desk setup with thousands of dollars of gamer equipment around you, making money doing your dream job, right? Yeah, tell them about the big bucket of bummer, dude.
Thank you. Well, okay, Miss Dirty Curvy, you said, no, that's fine. You asked, so I told. No, I didn't ask you to tell me the biggest fucking bummer news in the world. I said, hey, what's up? How are you? You know what? Let me give you a little bit of a lesson, Miss Nerdy Curvy. When something really, really bad is going on in your life, and in a public forum, someone asks you, hey, what's up? How are you? There are two acceptable responses. Good, and you know what? I'll make it through.
I hate to be this guy, but no, those are not the only two acceptable responses in that situation. If you think that there's only two acceptable responses to someone asking, hey, how are you? You probably shouldn't be giving lessons to people about fucking, social constructs and like, how to behave in public or when conversing with other people. You asked an open-ended question where the response could have been quite literally fucking anything. She could have told you, oh, I just got back from my fucking third tour of duty in war. Or she could have told you, for instance, oh, my mom died, that answer could be anything. You asked someone why they haven't been in your Twitch chat for a while, right? They tell you why they haven't been in your Twitch chat in a while. You then get mad because it wasn't the answer you were expecting and it wasn't the response that you wanted and it wasn't positive enough for you. You initiated the whole fucking conversation. And I just want to say this, once again, I've been in this guy's shoes before, I've been streaming and like I said, had people tell me, oh, I'm gonna fucking kill myself, or oh, my dog just died, horrible, sad stuff, right? Never once have I ever felt the need to like fucking freak out on them in the chat, fucking scream at them on the stream, spend 2.5 minutes, berating them in front of the entire chat, because it's just not the appropriate response, dude. Like, how hard is it to just go, damn, I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry for your loss. I hope it gets better for you. How hard is that, And yeah, people shouldn't trauma dump the Twitch streamers. Like, yeah, you genuinely shouldn't just be going in people's streams and telling them how fucked up your life is and how sad everything is and whatnot. But at the end of the day, dude, it's not that hard to negate. I mean, you can easily get right around it. And sure, is it a bummer to hear people say crazy shit like that in your stream? But you're telling me that someone saying one fucking comment in a Twitch chat is enough to ruin your whole night? Like, that's just the big bucket of bummer that ruined your whole Friday? I just don't buy that, man, because if that's true, you're one of the most mentally feeble people on the fucking planet. Dude read that someone's mom died in a fucking online chat and like apparently it just ruined his entire day. It was enough to just kill everything for him. He didn't know what to do after that.
That's it. How are you? Good? Or, you know what? I'll make it through. Awesome. Love to hear it. See, there you go. Or Prom's response. Yeah, I said, Prom, how are you doing? She says, I'm alive. There you go. Oh, I asked you where you were. Look, Mr. D. Kirby, I'm just subtly trying to tell you that unloading really heavy news in people's chats on Twitch is not like good etiquette.
I like how now he's trying to like spin this like, oh no, I was just trying to subtly tell you, it was just a little subtle message. Like, what the fuck was subtle about anything you said? You called this person out on your platform in front of the entire chat after they tell you their mom just passed away and they're obviously grieving that. You're talking about, oh, I was subtly trying to tell you that's not cool. Just a minute ago, we're not doing that in my fucking chat. That'll never happen in my Twitch chat. Get that out of here. But now, oh, I was just subtly trying to tell you. Like, no, dude, you can just say, hey, I fucked up. I was being an asshole. That is also acceptable. And don't get me wrong, like, because I know how this is gonna go. People are, oh, you're just cool with people trauma dumping on Twitch streamers. Like, no, go tell your therapist. Sure, I get that. But dude, is this the proper response? Like, is this what was fucking necessary to get your point across? What about just like looking at the camera and being like, hey, I'm really sorry your mom passed away. I'm sorry for your loss, but for future reference, let's try to keep, traumatic stuff like that out of the chat. There's no problem with, I guess, like having a rule on your channel that people can't say whatever it is they want to say in your chat. That's fine. I don't care if you moderate it to your liking, but did you need to freak the fuck out and make it a big deal in front of everybody? Like, was that really necessary at the end of the day? When you could have just fucking got your point across in 6 seconds without, making it a big deal, and then now also creating an entire controversy out of the whole thing? Like, it doesn't make sense to me because, once again, I've been in this position, and I know a lot of other content creators and streamers or whatnot who are watching this video have also been in pretty similar circumstances before. We've dealt with people in chat saying some crazy shit or coming at us with some shit like this. But part of your job as a streamer or a content creator online is to not let like small comments like this get you completely out of whack. Like, people love to shit on people who can't take criticism online, right? Oh, this guy can't take the critical comments. It's kind of the same thing here, dude. Like, you saw one comment you didn't like like that I guess upset you or whatever, or to quote you more literally, it was a big bucket of bummer, and your first reaction was to fly off the fucking rails and make a big scene out of it, make a big deal out of it, right? So like at the end of the day, what's really the difference here? You know what I mean? What's actually different about this situation compared to the ones I just mentioned? It's the same fucking thing.
It's just, it's not the place to do it. That's all I'm trying to tell you. That's it. I figured this is a good opportunity to inform you. Heavy news like that, when someone asks, hey, where have you been? You don't need to tell them, well, my dog died, my husband left me for a younger woman, my house burnt down, and my car got stolen. So I've been a little bit busy. That's why I haven't been around. Because it's like, oh, God, like, like, you know, like if someone asks, like, hey, what's up? Where have you been? And it's heavy, just be like, I had a bunch of shit going on, so I've been lying low for a little while. Got it. That's it. I'm not trying to rip you a new ass.
Why are you asking people how they are if they're not allowed to tell you how they are, right? Like if you're asking someone like, oh, hey, where have you been? How you been doing, right? And they're just open and honest with you and you're like, yeah, my mom died. I haven't been doing good. Why are you surprised? You know what I mean? If you don't want people to tell you what the fuck is going on and how they're feeling, why are you asking them? Like you don't even have to interact with the chat if you don't want to. Like I know as a streamer, you kind of have to if you want to be successful, but you don't have to interact with people like that. Like if you think that they're doing something wrong or whatever, just don't fucking interact. Like if you're going to open up and initiate that kind of conversation and ask people how they're doing, and then you're going to get mad when they tell you how they're doing, what the fuck is the point in you doing this job? So realistically, both people are kind of at fault. It's really like 90-10, you know what I mean? Like 10% on the person for saying some traumatic shit happened to them in the chat, like 90% on this dude for the reaction, because like just no way that this is an acceptable reaction to this situation. I get that, you know, Twitch isn't the place to trauma dump and you shouldn't be just like telling streamers shit like this and whatnot, because like, I mean, what are they gonna do, right? You know, but at the end of the day, there was no reason for this reaction. There was no justification for it. It was just completely over the line, and it just made the guy look like a complete fucking dick. Like, let's just be real here. And he says, oh, I'm not trying to rip you a new one. Bro, there's a 2.5 minute clip we just reacted to where you're sitting here criticizing this person, telling them we're not doing that in my fucking chat and all this other stuff. And you want to tell, oh, I'm not trying to rip on you. I'm not trying to rip you a new one. After you spent the last several minutes doing exactly that. Like, make it make sense, bro. Now, this streamer has come out and apologized, right? And has addressed the entire situation and basically just kind of brought out a response, and here it is. In response to Nerdy Curvy / my reaction to the news she shared in chat while I was live, my apologies to her. That was a cunty reaction. I shouldn't have been such a douche. I was just annoyed from the repeated trauma dumping that had been happening that week. My mistake. Now, it's good that dude took accountability and like was like, hey, I was kind of being a fucking asshole. I shouldn't have reacted that way, but it's pretty clear that he's only apologizing because there's a controversy. You know what I mean? He's not apologizing because he realized he did something wrong. He's apologizing because the clip of him saying this shit has 3 million views and everybody pretty much universally is saying that he's an asshole. Like, let's be real here, you know what I mean? He's not apologizing out of the goodness of his heart or anything like that. And that's why this apology doesn't really mean shit to me. Now, at the end of the day, I'm not the person getting apologized to. My opinion on his apology probably doesn't fucking matter. But it's like, dude, you really, like, this is the route you're going now. Like, you get called out for some shit and now you want to apologize for it. Knowing damn good and well that you were probably overreacting in the moment and you just kind of defended it because you didn't want to look stupid in front of your chat. To me, man, like, that's just an L. It really is just an L. And it seems like a lot of people are also criticizing this apology, too. A lot of people have kind of, just spoken out against this whole thing, kind of just really, he's the one getting the most of the criticism, right? Like, of course, you know, there's people who'll say, like, oh, she's in the wrong for saying that in chat, but, like, the vast majority of people realize, like, bro, this was just not the appropriate reaction to a situation like this. So, anyway, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @subtooptimus. Make sure to check out Shoptimus down below, and thank you to my Watch Optimus subscribers. Your support helps the channel tremendously, and until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, well, freaking the fuck out on my chat, and signing out.